Unit 12. 34. Good storytellers can make any story seem interesting. They can make you feel as if you are inside the story. They can make you experience the same feelings and thoughts as the story's characters. So how can you become a good storyteller? First, show, don't tell. You can do this by showing the story through action scenes and focusing on details such as smells and sounds. Don't tell the story just by stating facts and opinions. For example, instead of saying, "I had a cold," say, "I was coughing and my nose was running all day." Show. Instead of saying, "It was hot," say, "The sun burned my skin." Show. By doing this, you lead your audience to use their imaginations and come to their own conclusions. Second, fill your stories with emotions. Include colorful descriptions so that your audience can physically feel those emotions too. Instead of saying, "I was scared," say, "The hair stood up on the back of my neck." 35. In 1598, Portuguese sailors arrived at the island of Mauritius in the Indian Ocean. The sailors saw big birds with small wings. The birds couldn't run or fly. They probably did not need to do so because they didn't have any natural enemies. They just fed on fruits and nuts that fell on the ground. Since they had never seen humans, they didn't know that the sailors could be enemies, so they weren't afraid of them. The sailors didn't understand this and thought the birds were stupid. This is why they called the birds dodo, which means stupid in Portuguese. The sailors hunted the birds for meat. More ships arrived and the hunting continued. By 1681, the last dodo had disappeared from the world. Mauritius, once home to the dodo, is now a graveyard for the gentle birds that stupidly welcomed the sailors. 36. How different is Einstein's brain from that of a normal person? If you have ever asked yourself this question, you are not alone. To answer it, a doctor did something scary. On April 18, 1955, Einstein died at Princeton Hospital from heart disease. He was 76. Immediately after, a doctor named Thomas Harvey was called to examine his body. But Harvey was very curious about Einstein's brain and did something terrible. He secretly removed Einstein's brain for his own research. When Einstein's family realized what he did, they protested. In the end, Harvey managed to get the approval of Einstein's son. Harvey conducted his research alone for many years. However, he eventually handed the brain over to scientists. Upon examination, they found something unusual in the part of Einstein's brain that is responsible for mathematical skills and imagination. It had more wrinkles and was about 15% larger than the brains of most people. Did the abnormality in Einstein's brain make him a great scientist? Nobody knows.